लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you
Good evening, everyone, and we are back to Arunoday Esports Championship, brought to you by none other than Arunoday Esports itself. And today we will be back with the best of three series between Team Eternal Torment, and they will be taking on the other team, that is going to be Team Ninjas in Pajamas (NIP). So a best of three to secure the top four spot onto the Arunachal Qualifiers. So I'll be Akash Raitami, and joining me will be Nick this time. Hi Nick, how are you doing? Quick thoughts regarding this match.
Okay, thank you so much, Itami, for that quick introduction. And yeah, both the teams are looking really good. And it
Yeah.
will be a good match because this is a good round for them to prove their true skill. And we will find out the whole thing in the match.
Yes, of course. And from the top 128, actually for Arunachal it was quite low, but for the top 128 as well, it is coming quite to an end. And I would like to remind most of the viewers that it is going to be the top 8 teams that will be going out for the LAN, and the top 8, whichever teams it will be, they will be qualifying for the LAN championship. And for Arunachal, it is going to be 2 spots. So hopefully we will be having good teams who will be participating, as well as who will be representing each of their teams from the either of the sides. So that is going to be one of the most important major factors. And both of the teams, they have earned their spot onto the top 8, so the competition is definitely going to be a lot tougher than before. And hopefully they will be able to live up with the hype that they are having as far they are onto the journey. And I think slowly but surely we will be heading on to the match as well. So Eternal Torment, we did see them quite onto the action previously onto a previous tournament, that was the Mythic Showdown, as well as that was the MLOS 2, where they were able to secure the grand final spot, unfortunately losing to Team SATUL. Ninjas in Pajamas as well, I do have seen them onto the previous tournaments, and they are quite not that consistent compared to Team Eternal Torment, because Eternal Torment, they have been quite onto the scene. So NIP, they will be coming up with quite of a competition, because Eternal Torment have been quite consistent onto the tournaments, and they have been quite of the contenders. But the thing is, Team Ninjas in Pajamas can also come up with a quite of an upset, because they still have earned the spot onto the top 8. And here we are already onto the draft section. The banning phase has already started, and the Nathan has been banned out as the first ban priority. I think Nathan early ban could be one of the factors that it could be a respect ban, because this is one of the heroes which doesn't get banned out quite often.
Yeah, I also agree with that. And that's Alice ban out from the team NIP. And Alice is also quite strong in the EXP lane right now because of lots of sustain and the damage it can give. So let's see what they're
Yeah.
gonna pay in for this.
Yeah, of course. And I think most probably, going for the Hilda ban quite early could be the fact that the dangerous grass map is open. So it could be the reason why they have decided to prioritize the Hilda ban, because if the Hilda is getting picked out onto a dangerous grass map, then it will be giving her a lot of advantage onto it. So uh, they still have the bans remaining. I think most of the contending picks are still open, and the fact that for the gold lane, it's just not the marksmen right now, it is the fighters as well, which could be prioritized. So they could be target banning out quite of the heroes like the Yuzhong or maybe even the Lapu Lapu. Other options are also still there, but the first pick priority will be for the side of Team Eternal Torment. Punni was the previous jungler, and this time I think it is not Punni, but it is someone else. But Punni was one of the guys who liked to prioritize the fighter junglers onto his side, and it is going to be an Xbox ban coming up from the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. Understandable actually, because he has been quite a strong contender onto this patch.
Okay, that's a Yi ban out from the team Eternal Torment, and it makes sense.
Yep, Yves has also been quite of a priority onto the mid lane actually right now, because of the fact that most of the draft it is completely reliant onto the sustainability instead of going out for the complete damage. And Yves with those RW in place could have been the game changer, or maybe let's say the playmaker for the side of Team Eternal Tournament as well as Team NIP. So banning out the Eve is a safer option, followed by the Jushin Tush. Her pokes, as soon as she gets the Sky Piercer, I think once she gets combined with the Clock of Destiny, the damage is definitely going to be scaling up. And if she was able to acquire some kills onto the phase, then it could have been quite of a nuisance onto that. But Eternal Torment, having the first pick priority, will be instantly locking in the Lapu Lapu, which is right now a flex pick, because previously he was all onto the EXP, but the fighter lane adjustments, because of the low gold consumption that was happening, Lapu has been also started to get prioritized onto the gold lane as well. So gold lane Lapu is also possible here.
Okay, there we go. Esmeralda, the good counter against the Lapu Lapu pick. And they went for Harriet, as Harriet is right now one of the old gold lane hero, which is still used in gold lane because of his good item prioritization and the low cost. So yeah, it gives Harriet early snowball.
Yeah, but going out for the Harith quite early is, I would say it is more reliant onto the comfort, because they decided to go out for the Esmeralda, which is actually a counter for the Lapu Lapu as well. But they already have revealed out the strategy that the Harith is going on onto the gold, and it is going to be an Esmeralda EXP most probably. So revealing out your lanes quite early could be backfiring against you as well. That could be quite of the case. But Eternal Torment will be instantly responding with a Lunox as well as a Gatut Kacha. Gatut is most probably going onto the room, and the Lunox will be able to scale out quite heavily when it comes to laning onto the mid lane. She can also be used out onto the gold, but the Lapu is there. So flex picks, two flex picks actually from the side of Team Eternal Torment being revealed out. Meanwhile, Team Ninjas in Pajamas will be coming up with a classic Louis pick, something we don't see quite often onto the mid, but against a beefy kind of a composition, and it actually works out once you get the Wishing Lantern for your hand.
Okay, that's a good pick coming up from both the sides. And the Luo, yeah, one good diversion can change the whole game. So yeah,
Yep.
that's a game changer hero.
Of course, like Louis, it's the diversion plays as well as the early game advantage she has with the yin yang plays. It could be quite happening as well, but Eternal Torment will be having the second ban phase for their side this time. I think the jungler as well as what do you call it? The jungler as well as the gold laner, or maybe the EXP lane is still open for the side of Team Eternal Torment. Meanwhile, Team Ninjas in Pajamas have the roam as well as the jungler pick available for their side. So they are prioritizing the Phobius ban. So I think they are assuming the fact that the Lapu is here is still a flex, and he can go out onto the gold lane as well. So they just decided to just ban out the Phobius instead. And they went out for the Bane ban as well. Bane has been nerfed, and he has his damage scaling is definitely be taking a lot more time compared to before. So it is an okayish kind of a ban, but if Team Ninjas in Pajamas have actually an excellent kind of a Bane user, then it could have been quite of a problem.
Yeah, actually, you are right there, Itami. The Ben is Ben because NIP they used to play Ben as their jungler. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay, that's kind of interesting actually, because Bane, he was previously onto the previous patch before he got nerfed. He was prioritized onto the boot lane as well, because once he gets the itemization, most importantly the Holy Crystal, he will be able to, he has the potential to one shot anyone with the combination of the skills he has. So it could have been quite possible, and the Fanny is getting banned out from the side of Team Eternal Tournament as well. Both of the teams, they are yet to pick out the junglers, so they are prioritizing the jungle bans too. But Ninjas in Pajamas, they directly went on for the EX ban, so they are kind of assuming the fact that Lapu Lapu is definitely going on onto the goal lane. They are prioritizing the EXP fighters right now.
Okay, so let's see what Eternal Tournament have a pick against that Khalid. Okay.
Khalid, okay. Khalid Rome is, I would say, it is not like a go-to pick compared to the other roamers, but it is still kind of a situational pick, which could give you the early game advantage when it comes to the roam, because Khalid will be able to dish out some decent amount of damage, as well as the pokings could be done from the sand guy himself. So the Khalid, when it comes to the engages with the Raging Sandstorm, he could be quite of a playmaker. But the thing is, Eternal Torment, how will they respond with it? Because the jungler and the most probably the gold or the EXP is still open. Ninjas in Pajamas, if they decided to just ban out the EXP lane heroes and they sent on the Lapu Lapu on to the EXP lane instead, then that is going to be a waste of a ban. But thankfully, it is going to be a Thamus followed by a Lancelot. So the assumption was right. They did ban out the Yuzhong and the Phobius, but the Thamus was open. Thamus has been quite scary onto the EXP lane lately.
Yeah, we have seen Tamuch. He's rising in this new update because of the loss of damage increased and the HP also increased in the ultimate. So yeah, that's a very good pick. And the Lancelot. So Lancelot is here so they can secure the retribution in the objective battle. And let's see the answer coming out from the team NIP.
Yeah, and the final pick will be a jungler as well, and it is going to be a Yi Shanshin coming up from the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. So the draft is over, and both of the drafts it is looking out quite balanced. But I think Team Eternal Torment might be having quite of an advantage when it comes to the dives as well as when it comes to the engages. So draft wise, Ninjas in Pajamas, I would say they are reliant more onto their comfort instead of the meta. So let's see how well it is going to be working out for this side.
Okay. Both the sides they have good counter picks. And yeah, NIP they are trying to go with the classical combo that Vice's ultimate and the Lui diversion at the same time. But there is an answer for them from the team Eternal Tournament Torment. They have the Gato Gacha. So yeah,
Yeah.
Gato Gacha with the AOG can disrupt the teleportation of the Lui. So yeah, both the teams, let's see how they're gonna play in the match.
Yeah, and the early game advantage is also there for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas, but it will all come up onto the execution, to be honest. If you're not able to capitalize onto the early game draft that the Team Ninjas in Pajamas have, then most probably it might just backfire onto them. They will be requiring those itemizations, I do agree, but when it comes to the early game, I think Ninjas in Pajamas will be having quite of an advantage. But here we are on to the first match for the night. This is going to be the best of three series for the top eight, for going on onto the top four. Itami as well as Nick will be onto the casting decks, and here we are onto the land of Dawn. They are just focusing onto their neutral objectives, and they are just going out quite back, trying to play it out quite safe and try to make the level 4 mark before they try to make engages. But there's a taunt already coming up from the Khalid.
Okay, and the Lancelot somehow secures the Lito. Right now, both the teams are trying really good to dominate the map. And as we can see, Esmeralda is already trying to join lots of map control in the top lane.
Yep, and Thamus as well as the Esme matchup onto the EXP. Actually, Esmeralda doesn't have that much HP, and she is suitable more onto the gold lane as well when it comes to the laning. So Thamus might be quite much tanky, but he will be trying to make sure that he does last hit those minions and try to get the level 4 mark as soon as possible. Aerosenin is going up against the Lapu. So I think the range wise they will be requiring some of their time, but Crazy Papu is already quite low, uses the revitalize, tries to go back, but that will be a first blood coming up from Willow, and it will be a double as well, followed onto the Louis. They are still trying to dive in. Otto gets the kill, and a 3-for-0 trade for the side of Team Eternal Torment. Already they do have the lead, and it looks like a fresh start as well as a good start for this side.
Okay, that was a really good kill coming up from the team Eternal Torment. And they have a lead right now, so they have to maintain it. And Lancelot is, I think that he's trying to get the level 5 ASAP because the turtle is already there, and whoever has the retreat power, that person has the advantage in the turtle as well.
Yeah, they are trying to zone it out, but Willow has not actually contested out a turtle quite early because he's aware of the fact that the Khalid could still dive in. Uses, okay, Khalid just goes back, but that heals won't be enough. Otto gets the kill once again onto the Khalid, and looks like it might be an uncontested turtle, or maybe the YSS Mao might trying to contest it out. EOG being used out, a taunt is also there, but the bravest fighter comes up onto Mao. He just goes down. Neo gets the kill. Willow gets the turtle. 2-for-none, as well as the turtle going out for the side of Team Eternal Torment. They are just leading the game. They are just having the dominance for their side.
Okay, and there we go, the first invade coming out from the Willow, and the YSS is not nearby as well. So yeah, it is going to be a free purple buff for the Willow, and they will get it. That's a good invade in the early game.
Yeah, definitely. They did got the turtle as well as they got the purple for the YSS as well. So it will be denying them a lot of farm onto their Louis was trying to make those pokes. Lapu drives in with the previous fighter, just goes back right on time, and it won't be an over engage coming out from the side of Team Eternal Tournament as well. But the tower is completely open onto the top side. So Esme did try to rotate it out, but the Thomas will be able to land off some free hits. But look at the goal lead. Eternal Torment having a much higher of a lead compared to side for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, that's a big 3k lead in the early game. And we can see the low pressure and well played. What a lovely kill coming up from the Gato Gacha against the Khalid. And look at the invade is always there is another invade going on in the map. And right now YSS is in big pressure. Look at the Lancelot, holy moly. Okay, he got another kill against the Louis.
Willow just stands in, he gets the kill, he asserts his dominance, and he gets the shutdown. But that shutdown, they Team Ninjas in Pajamas, they will be requiring a lot of shutdowns in order to have the control onto the game. And Eternal Tournament still has the lead. They have the 6 skill advantage compared to the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. So the turtle will be spawning anytime soon, and I think it might be an uncontested turtle unless Team Ninjas in Pajamas tries to invade it out or maybe tries to secure onto the objectives. But the zoning as well as the itemization advantage is way too high for the side of Team Eternal Torment.
Okay, and Lunox already got the anti-heal, aka the glowing wand. And okay, Lancelot is already starting the turtle, and they got the turtle as well because they have Lunox. The turtle get melted like butter. And as we can see, Lapu Lapu already pressuring the bot lane. But why says okay, in bot lane we might see something, or maybe the Lapu will retreat.
No, he does try to retreat it out, but okay, Mao is the one who goes down. Lapu uses the bravest fighter, tries to do the 1v4. He tries to use out the flicker to escape, but he might not be able to do so. It is 4 of the people just ganging up to him, and this will be the Harriet as well as the Esmeralda somehow will be able to take the tower. But from the top, the Thamus also instantly responds with a tower for their side as well. So a 1 as well as a 1 tower for either of the sides, but still Eternal Torment has the lead when it comes to the objectives. Otto gets the kill, and looks like Crazy Papu is quite deep and he might just go down as well. But the Revitalize as well as a taunt coming up from the Gatot Kacha. Once again, the stun is also coming up. But Willow comes up with a follow up and he might be able to get those kills. And it will be Team Eternal Torment once again coming up onto the top. Crazy Papu just goes down onto the process, but still Willow is able to get the kill on to Mao Mao. Jungler was taken down from the hands of a jungler, and once again Mao Mao will be losing his purple buff. Khalid was trying to go out for the invade. Phantom execution comes up from the Lancelot. Might just be able to get the kill as well, but the Louis backs off onto low HP. But the Khalid will be losing his life instead, and they are just going back. Eternal Torment playing out quite aggressively, but still it is team Ninjas in Pajamas. They are still yet to find a proper opening for their side.
Yeah, that's a big lead right now from the team Eternal Torment, and they are very good at maintaining their lead. And the turtle is about to spawn in 5 seconds. Both the teams trying their best, but as we can see, the Eternal Torment they have the good scary pressure in the map all over, and we can see another free turtle going in the hands of the team Eternal Torment. The Willow, okay, the Voices is trying to contest for the turtle, but the Tamuj will join him out. And in bot lane, we might see a gang coming out. Okay, lots of low HP.
Neo once again using the Bravest Fighter as well. He tries to escape with a flicker. AOG comes up, and once again it will be Team Eternal Torment able to disengage quite right on time. They will not be over initiating onto any team fights. The Lapu is taking a safer decision that is going to be just baiting out the resources and get your job done. But the 1v1 is coming around. Mao Mao might just go down, but no, Simon is way too tanky for that. Even if the falling star mullet came up from the Esmeralda, I think the itemization advantage is definitely paying off for the side of Team Eternal Torment. They just go back, and it looks like the Lord will be spawning out. But before that, they might be just going out for the second tier, mid-tier tower. They are able to get it, and it's only the shield remaining. Look at the Lancelot's damage. Willow just goes in. He gets the shutdown, but it will be a jungler for a jungler trade once again. And Willow, oh my god, this guy just went crazy right onto there. Even if the shield was up, even if the shield was up, he just decided to just go in and get the kill.
Yeah, that shows the confidence on the Willow, and he knows he gonna win this match anyhow. And look at the lots of pressure. They have lost lots of turret. The team Ninjas in Pajamas. They have lost literally every tier 2 turret in the map, and right now they are only left with the capital turrets. And Lord will be spawning in the 20 seconds. Okay, that's 30. But it's fine. The team Ninjas in Pajamas, if they want to win this match, they have to defend it really, really good. And the Voices might try to use the diversion to take the third Lord contest. And right now you can see lots of invade coming out. And Voices is not able to farm anyway. And yeah.
And they're just making sure that the Oasis is not able to acquire any buff for his side, and Willow just taking out the buffs as well as the zoning coming up from the side of Team Eternal Torment is definitely paying off, and looks like it will be an uncontested Lord for the side of Team Eternal Torment, and there's no way they could actually be contesting it out. But the problem for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas is they don't have towers for their side. It's only the inhibitors remaining. So the defense is definitely going to be really tough. Phantom execution once again comes up, but the Khalid flickers it out, somehow able to save his life. But he will be wasting an important resource right before the Lord comes in. YSS is trying to clear out some lanes onto the bot side. He might just be able to do so, but the pressure coming up from the side of Team Eternal Torment is way too much. There's the engage. Once again, Raging Sandstorm will be missing out. It won't be connecting onto anybody. Lapu Lapu just goes in, uses his Bravest Fighter, and there's the taunts coming around, but the overextension from Neo will be costing him his life. 1-for-1 trade, but still the Lord is marching from the mid side, and looks like Team Eternal Torment might just be trying to end the game as soon as possible. The overextension might not just come up. AOG comes up from Crazy Papu. He doesn't get connecting onto anyone, but they might just dive in with the engages. Willow just tries to go in with those dashes, and this time it will be Willow dying with the overextension, and it might just backfire for the side of Team Eternal Torment. They are losing out their members. The Lord just goes down as well. Eros Ending is quite low, and Simon will not be able to tank that much damage. Eros Ending just gets taken down, but okay, that is going to be a double actually for the Tammuz, but still. Team Ninjas in Pajamas were somehow able to hold it out, and we will be able to defend the crystal somehow.
Okay, that was a really good engage from the both the sides. But the team Eternal Torment, they couldn't end this match so early. That means the team Ninjas in Pajamas, they still hold the capability of doing the comeback in this match. But they have literally lost two habitual turret, which is really important for them. And right now it is looking a little bait for them. And they
Yep.
still need farm, but I think the team Eternal Torment is trying for a land freeze.
They are trying to buy out some time for their side. Actually, ninjas in pajamas, they are not overextending too, but the level difference is way too much, and Willow is almost level 15. So it would be actually be better if Team Eternal Tournament just waits out for the second Lord, or maybe if Team Ninjas in pajamas decides to take out the fight, it will actually backfire onto them because they don't have the lead, and they don't have the itemization advantage for the side as well. So I think Team Eternal Torment, they will not over engage onto any team fights because somehow, some way, Ninjas in Pajamas have that kind of a draft that it might actually just came up onto clutch when it comes to the defenses. The Lord, not the Lord, but actually the base defenses. So it could be quite crucial onto the side. But the engage once again comes out. Mau Mau is quite low. Every resource is being reused out onto the Thamus, but Mau Mau just goes down onto the back line. The Willow just dives in, and it might be crazy for just going down. But the bravest fighter, Engage, comes out from the Lapu Lapu. It will be another kill for Willow. He just dives in, but Willow gets taken down onto the process. He just goes back. Auto uses the flicker, tries to go back as well, but Bioko will be able to secure the kill. The overextension coming out from the side of Team Eternal Tournament. Four of the members just goes down. Neo is the only man remaining, and it might be Eros and Ninjas going out for the Lord. They don't have the jungler, so the risk is definitely going to be there. The Zapu might just be coming up onto the engage, but the damage is way too low. Mau Mau is able to make it out onto time, and looks like it will be Team Ninjas in Pajamas finally backfiring. The divergent came up onto clutch, but oh no, Neo just goes in onto four people all alone. He is not able to get even a single kill, and that will be the Lord actually going out for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas.
Okay, that was a well game played from the team Ninjas in Pajamas and Eternal Torment. They have overextended and they paid for their mistake, and this is how they lost the second Lord in this match. And yeah, right now they still hold the lead, but this time the team Ninjas in Pajamas, they also have got the lots of gold because of the shutdowns coming out, and yeah, they can now backfire them.
Oh, they might just dive in onto the Thamus once again. Simon is all alone trying to do the 1v4, but the damage is way too high this time. Erosendin gets the kill, and the Thamus will not be able to join onto the team fight. But the main thing for the side of Team Eternal Tournament is they do have the towers for their side, so the defense might just be coming up. But look at the base, look at the crystal from the top side. They will be forced to recall it out. The Lord just goes on onto the waste, and somehow, some way, Eternal Tournament will be able to defend out this one. But the question is for how long? Because the third Lord is going to be an evolved one. They need to get a potential wipeout to actually pull it off for the side. So the question is, will it actually happen, or will they just backfire onto the side? There's the engage, as well as the team fight coming up onto the mid side. Dioltis will be losing his life. It will be Mau Mau going down as well. And one by one, Ninjas in Pajamas are actually losing out the members. Crazy Papu is low too. It is the mega for the Harriet, but Erosendin is also going down onto the process. Willow gets the kill, and it looks like it might be a complete wipeout. It's only the Esmeralda Miyoko remaining, and she is all alone. Uses the flicker, just tries to go back, tries to buy some time for the side of his team, but it won't be happening. It will be a complete wipeout for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. Eternal Torment somehow are able to pull it off onto the game number one, this time without any overextensions and without wasting any time.
A lovely gameplay coming up from both the teams, but the team Eternal Tournament, will be securing the first victory in the best of three. So we will find out which team is going to secure the second one.
Yeah, the question is, the thing for the side of team Ninjas in Pajamas was the fact that they that came up they did came up quite strong when it progressed onto the late game actually, and somehow they were able to get the second lord as well. But the overextension was quite there as well. They had to recall it out onto the base, and once team Eternal Tournament decided to take out the fight onto the mid side, it completely backfired for the side of team Ninjas in Pajamas, and they did had the tower advantage for the side. So the case was, if somehow Team Eternal Torment didn't defend out the towers quite onto the earlier phases, then maybe the scenario would have been quite different, because the game scaling was coming up from the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas, but still Eternal Torment did had the lead, and they made sure they made the advantage up onto it. So without wasting any time, without waiting out for the third lord, they just decided to end it out, and it completely favor out for the side. So it is going to be the match point for the side of Team Eternal Tournament. They will be requiring one more match, but the question is, can Ninjas in Pajamas actually come up with a comeback? Nick, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I am here, and yeah, it was a really good match from both the sides. And the team NIP, aka Ninjas in Pajamas, they have to perform really well in the game number two, because if they lose this match, then they will be knocked out from the round, and yeah, this is not looking good for them. But it's fine because they have the last one more chance in the next match.
Yeah, of course. And I think the draft actually was quite balanced, but when it came up onto the executions, I think if Team Ninjas in Pajamas had a better early game for this side, like if the early game outcome was quite better, then maybe the scenario for this side would have been quite different as well. But we are already here onto the game number two. I most probably think that Ninjas in Pajamas might not try to make the same mistakes like they did onto the previous one. So we are progressing onto the draft. This is going to be the first banning phase, and this time Ninjas in Pajamas are the ones who will be having the first pick advantage for this side. So what in your predictions, what could be the target bans coming up for this game?
Okay, in the first match we have seen the team Eternal Tournament. They had the Lancelot priority, like their Lancelot was too good. So I think NIP will be going for. Okay, they went for Alice again, but yeah, I think they should ban the Lancelot here, because Lancelot was the one who was diving all over the map, and there was no one to stop the Lancelot.
Yeah, that's true. Like Willow was making quite the place for the side as well. But let's not forget the Lapu Lapu as well. Neo was onto the gold lane, and he was able to contribute a lot when it came to engaging onto the team fights with the bravest fighter plays. And the draft looks pretty similar to the previous one as well, because firstly onto the first game as well, we did see the Alice as well as the Nathan getting banned out from both of the sides. So it looks out quite similar, but there might be some changes coming around. So the you already mentioned out the Lancelot. So if Team Ninjas in Pajamas actually not ban out the Lancelot, then maybe Team Eternal Tournament will once again try to prioritize it for their side.
Okay, and they are still going for their similar draft from the game one, and I think they just ban what they think they should ban in the first, according to the first match. And there is an export ban out.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, team Eternal Torment, once again this time they don't have the Lapu Lapu onto the priority, because Ninjas in Pajamas will be the one who will be having the first pick advantage. So there is a high chance, if the Lapu is not banned out from either of the sides, NIP will be the ones who will be taking the upper hand onto the Lapu Lapu. He can be used out onto the flex pick, and he was quite contributing onto the previous match, so it could be quite of a priority. But as we already mentioned it out, the bans are completely similar to the first one. The same four sets of heroes are banned out onto the second game as well. So there is a high chance that the draft could also quite look similar. The pick could also look quite similar. But speaking of the Lapu Lapu, finally he has been banned out from the side of Team Ninjas in Pajama. So they don't want to risk it out. They don't want Neo to go out the Lapu Lapu, and either they do want to prioritize the Lapu onto their side.
Okay, that's come. There comes the respect ban coming out from the team NIP. The Lapu Lapu, yeah, Lapu Lapu was a big asset from the team Eternal Torment. Yeah, the also pressurized gameplay coming up from the Lapu Lapu, so it's a good bane. As with the Esmeralda in on their side, the team NIP, still they couldn't do much against that Lapu Lapu. So yeah, that makes sense. And there we go, the Yuzhong ban out coming out from the team Eternal Torment. Okay, that makes sense because Yuzhong is the right now one of the strongest EXP laner. Okay, Yuzhong can be also played in the Golden, so it's a good flex pick. Also one of the strongest laning base hero.
Yeah, I do agree. Like Yuzhong, he for right now it is the fighters going on onto the goal lane as well. So there are some tournaments that we actually did see the Yuzhong getting prioritized onto the goal. So there was a high chance that he could have been picked out onto the game if he was not onto the ban sections. But this leaves out a lot of heroes open for either of the sides, and one of them is going to be the CC. She was not banned out previously, but the first pick CC is coming up as a flex, to be honest, because she can go out onto the gold as well as onto the EXP, same like the Lapu Lapu.
Okay, CC, yeah, he is also one of the strongest laning hero. Like it is hard to play against CC in the laning phase because of the DPS damage. Because yeah, and that makes him not non-item hero. Like he can dish out lots of damage without having item in the early game, and he also wins laning phase against every hero if you flame in a way.
Okay. Interesting. Lapu, Lapu is not there for this game. CC was there, and Eternal Torment are the ones who will be prioritizing the Vices this time instead of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. And previously, Jushin was banned out, followed with the Eve as well. So, Jushin against a fighter, let's say a beefy kind of a composition, works out really well when it comes to the Lantern Flares as well as the poking coming out from the her. And once she gets the Sky Piercer, she actually will be able to dish out a lot of damage too. So Jushin is more of a safe pick here. But one problem I would say is NIP can go out with the Lancelot in order to mark out the backline, and the backline is going to be that Jushin. So there is kind of a possibility that if Team NIP gets the Lancelot onto their hands, it might actually be a good of an advantage. But okay, the roles have quite swapped out, and once again they are going out for the Khalid, and they are snatching off the Lunox from the hands of Team Eternal Torment. It was Lunox previously onto their hands, but this time it will be Team Ninjas in Pajamas trying to prioritize it.
Okay, and this is looking good from the both sides. Lunox is a good answer for the Juxin pick, and there we go with the team Eternal Torment with the Johead pick. So it could be a scary early game from both the sides because both the roamers are kind of damage dealing roamers, and yeah, it is pretty hard to say that they will be pressuring the junglers in the early game.
Yeah, I agree. And the Jawhead, like you said, the damage roamers. These are the roamers who will be able to have quite of a control onto the early game phase, because without their items, they will be able to dash out some poking kind of a damage, which might actually come up quite crucial for the side of your team. So Jawhead, it is quite really unusual to get picked out. He is not more of a priority kind of a roamer, but he is more of a situational kind of a roamer. So Jawhead could be quite of a pick if he is able to make use of his early game as onto his full potential. So the Johet can work out onto this side. And for the side of Team Ninjas and Pajamas too, the Khalid, he will be playing a crucial role onto the early game phase. But the problem is the Lunox as well as the CC, they will be taking enough times to scale up when it comes to the damage. So we have to wait it out onto the game actually begins. And this time it is Team Eternal Torment banning out the junglers because Team NIP they have yet to prioritize out a jungler. The Lancelot is still open, but the Fanny as well as the Hayabusa is banned out. So this time no Bane ban. So there is quite of a chance, like you did already mention that NIP likes to pick out the Bane jungle as well. So if the Bane is not banned, then maybe they might actually pick it for the side.
Okay, but the ban pick here is not looking good from the team NIP because Eternal Torment they already have the Johed as well as the Juxin, which are like it is pretty bad to play non-dash hero against such kind of comp in the Eternal Torment. So as for my view, I don't think NIP is going for ban pick here, and it might be another kind of jungler. By the way, lots of jungler has been already banned. The Penny has been banned, and the Hayabusa. So they are left with few options.
They actually can go out for, they can actually go out for an Amon pick as well onto the jungle. It actually does work out, but it depends upon the user how well you are able to utilize the hero onto their full potential. So it depends upon how comfortable you are with the hero as well. The Ruby is getting picked out from the side of Team Eternal Torment. Most probably could be a golden Ruby too, because once she scales up as well as gets the War X, then the decent amount of damage will be coming up as well. But okay, interesting enough, they decided to go out for the Suyo, one of the heroes that has received a buff onto this patch. So Suyo is also a really good pick when it comes to the jungling phase. He has a fast jungle clearance, and he will not require the level 4 to actually get the full set of his skills. So he does have the early game advantage to once again Team Ninjas in Pajamas having more of an early game reliant draft, the Roma as well as the jungler. They are able to play out quite aggressively and able to get some trades. Then it might actually favor for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. But Eternal Torment will be having the final pick for the side. Most probably an EXP laner, or maybe they will be putting the Ruby onto the EXP and pulling out a marksman. But okay, never mind. It is going to be a Badang coming up. All right. Full set of
Okay,
heroes. Full set of heroes, actually.
yeah, the team Eternal Torment they have lots of composition in their draft, and yeah, it is not looking good for the team NIP right now.
Yeah. And I think Team Ninjas in Pajamas, they do have the early game advantage for the side, but the thing is the scaling for the other heroes like the Lunox as well as the CC, it will be taking some time because they are kind of reliant onto the itemizations when it comes to CC. When it for the CC, it comes up for the fact that she will be requiring some defense items in order to sustain out more onto the fights, and the Lunox she will be requiring some items before that, or maybe if she goes out for the Sky Piercer early and she gets the kills, then maybe the Lunox might actually be able to scale up onto the damage. But here we are onto the second game for the night. Match number one, game number two. Match point for the side of Team Eternal Torment. If they win it out, they will be progressing on to the top four. And Ninjas in Pajamas will be trying to make up their comeback. Hopefully, they will be trying to make a reverse sweep, but it will all be answered onto this game. We are back onto the land of Dawn. Game number two, and here we go.
Okay, and both the teams started with the EXP lane, and as we can see in the top lane, we have lots of pressure coming out from the team Eternal Torment. Okay,
Yeah, and they are trying to make those pokes as well. Jawhead is already quite low, but he tries to make out the toss. Lunox is forced to use out of flicker quite early. Crazy Papu able to do his job. A huge resource getting baited out from the Lunox quite early, and it will be giving Team Eternal Torment quite of an advantage because the Runox is known for making those combination plays with the Flicker. And for now, it is delayed for at least 2 minutes. And
Okay,
Neo,
then yeah, we can see lots of damage coming out from the CC against Ruby, but Ruby will heal up as he has the spellbomb. And there we go,
yeah,
the turtle is about to spawn.
and for now, Team Eternal Torment as well, they are trying to get out as much visions as possible for the jungler at least. And Ninjas in Pajamas might just actually try to contest it out as well. Oh, that will be your first blood. Actually, Lunox just goes down. The Flicker was baited out quite early, and she will be the one falling down from the hands of Team Eternal Torment once again. An uncontested turtle, most probably. Look at the zoning. The Suyo is also still clearing out the orange buff. It will be an uncontested turtle getting secured, as well as a kill for Willow once again. They are invading it out, and Willow gets the orange buff as well. Retribution right on time. There's the I am offended being used out onto the Lunox, and Otto gets the kill. The dive in completely. Crazy Papu just loses his life, but that was a Roma trade for a mid laner. So huge advantage once again for the side of Team Eternal Torment.
Okay, and yeah, this is not looking good for the team NIP. They are making the same mistakes from the first match, and I think they should try to read their mistakes and try and improve it. In the meantime, this is their one of the last chance to sign in the match and do the comeback, or else they will lose the whole BO3. So yeah, they have to give their best this match.
Exactly, and speaking of which, Miyoko actually was not even able to use out the flicker when it came to escaping, and the Arler just instantly losing out their life. Neo might just get bursted out this time. Erosendin loses his life as well, but Neo goes down for the overextend. But the engage is coming out from the side of Team Eternal Torment once again. They try to dive in. Badang uses the fist crack right on time, uses the final slash as well from the Arlet, but she doesn't have any backup from the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. Miyoko might just be the one going down, and Crazy Papu is the one able to get the kill. And once again, the better trade for the side of Team Eternal Torment. They are able to, manhandle them at this point.
Okay, and there we go now. Another invade coming out from the Johead against the Suyu. And it's we can see they're pressuring lots of junglers. And yeah, right now the Suyu is having a little bit hard time. And the next turtle is about to spawn. The CC in the top lane trying to cut the lens so he can join the turtle fight. Or maybe, yeah, turtle is already spawned. YSS is very low.
Yeah, Willow, I think Willow will just go out for most of the neutral objectives, like he's able to do so. And he will be waiting out for the team when it comes to giving out the visions. Simon was forced out to use out the flicker. He just goes back, but there might be an engage coming up onto the bot side. There is some skirmish going around. Simon gets the kill onto Miyoko. EXP for an EXP trade. Look at the Jushin making those plays. The Raging Sandstorm was being used out from the Khalid, trying to escape, but it won't be possible. Willow once again gets a kill on to the hands of Team Ninjas in Pajamas, and most probably it should be an uncontested turtle once again. And Team Ninjas in Pajamas, they are nowhere near to be making out a contest, and that is going to be an easy turtle. Eternal Torment extending out the lead, still has the 4K for their side, and they just go back. Okay, the Willow will not be engaging, but Simon is still there trying to make the first back play, maybe.
Okay, and there we go. Lunos spotted the
Oh,
Badang was in the bush. And in the okay, there we go. In the top lane, lots of engage was about to happen, but they disengaged as well. And the top lane, the Ruby, okay, what the Badang ultimate, and the CC is in danger. And CC will go down. Look at the damage coming out from the YSS. Holy moly, lots of damage coming out from the both the sides. But the Arlot will lose his life. And there we go. Another triple kill coming out from the
oh
for the
my
maniac
God!
from the YSS, aka Willow. That's a lovely gameplay coming out from the Willows.
4 for 1 it was, and it was a maniac actually for Willow, and he is just able to capitalize onto the YSS. He has a lot of farm, so it is kind of understandable why he is able to scale out a lot when it comes to the damage. And ninjas in pajamas, when it comes to the contention, it's not happening at all. And even if they are trying to make those playmaker plays, it is completely backfiring onto the side. Once again, the first track comes up. There might be the engage, and there's the final slash. This time, the overextension. Simon just loses out his life. YSS comes up with a mountain shocker, uses a stun, and it will be the legendary for Willow. He might just go out for more kills as well, but that will be a 1-for-1 for either of the side. But looks like Willow will be trying to just go in onto the purple buff, trying to take the purple from Suyo. Okay, he just goes back, and he doesn't has the lead. They just go back, and once again the turtles will be spawning onto the next 15 seconds. Most probably this should not be the contest from them, because it would be better if they just went out for the 8-minute lord. They already have the lead.
And we can see the YSS is already having lots of kill on his hands. Right now 10-0-3, and that is not looking good for the team NIV. The third turtle of this match, and it is going to be the uncontested turtle again. And that's how they will lose the tier 1 turret of the mid lane. As we can see, the team Eternal Torment, they are leading as well as they are maintaining their lead. The Suyu is trying for a split push in the bot lane, but the Ruby spotted him. And there we go, the 1v1, the gold lane and the jungler. But the Suyu will retreat.
Oh!
Okay, there's the
Willow once again gets the legendary. He might just go in for the double as well. Ice Retribution being used out. Miyoko tries to go back, uses the final slash, but it will be the legendary. It is not a double kill at least, but still a 2-for-1 trade for the side of Team Eternal Tournament. Once again, Miyoko as well as Erosenin were unable to save their lives, and it looks like it will be another tier 2 tower getting secured before the Lord for the side of Team Eternal Tournament. They are just extending out the lead. The gold lead is almost over 8k, and it completely looks out for the fever unless Team Ninjas in Pajamas come up with a miracle kind of a play. The comeback might not just be possible at this point. They are trying to type in. Simon uses the flicker, misses it out. He will be losing his life instead. But most of the resources is getting waited out just for the Badang. The question is going to be remaining that, the Badang did mess up onto his part. There's the I'm offended being used out. Once again, the legendary for the YSS. Willow just goes back, but the tower damage will be way too high, as well as the Lunox is able to get the shutdown. Finally, the overextension coming up from the side of Team Eternal Torment. They do lose out their junglers, but the cooldown timer is not that high, and they will just be able to make it out quite on time. There's the I'm offended once again onto Mao Mao, but they don't have enough damage to actually take Mao Mao down. They just go back, and the Lord will be spawning onto the next 20 seconds. And I think Team Eternal Torment, unless they come up with an overextension, should be an uncontested Lord for the side. They do have the tower advantage too.
Yeah, and the team Eternal Torment, they're having the lots of map control right now, and it is really hard for the Suyu to go for the low. And yeah, he might try, but I don't think he can, because look at the zone out coming out from the Ruby and the Zuxin. The wonderful zone out, and it will be an uncontested third Lord. Yeah, it is uncontested Lord, and there we go. The team NIP is losing another mage maybe, or they can defend it. And there we go, the Lord has been taken down in the hand of Willow, and so they are already invading in the red buff as well. So that's, we can see the team NIP, they are refused to get any kind of goal. Okay, there is an engage in the bot lane, and there we go, CC will die. The Suyu is trying to get something, but he will get nothing as well. And okay,
Lunox uses the brilliance as well. Oh no, that will be the Sky Piercer passive, completely popping right on time. For the side, Willow gets a double kill as well. That was quite of a glitch for my side. Maybe it was my internet, but it is a 3-for-1 trade for the side of Team Eternal Tournament. Once again, the shield goes down, and they might just dive in onto Auto, White low on HP, but that was the complete dive, as well as the flicker being used out, and it will be the Khalid losing his life. Badang uses the Frisk Crack as well. Eternal Torment might just go in completely onto the side, and it will be the shields getting popped out, but still Eternal Torment having most of the members. Once again, the Frisk Crack being used out. It will be the mega kill for the YSS, and they are having quite of their lead completely. It's one by one, the towers are just going down, and most probably it should only be the crystal remaining, but one more set of minions will be the requirement for the side of Team Eternal Torment to actually end out the game. But the question is, Team Ninjas in Pajamas, maybe they might be pulling up a defense or maybe not. Vices uses out the Mountain Shocker once again to make an engage, but they just go back, and the crystal will be defended out somehow. Mao Mao was trying to make the split push, clearing out the lane before the fight actually happens out. Momo is quite alone, tries to dive it onto Willow, but it might just not happen. Willow is completely quite low onto the HP, but there's the best track being used out by the Padang. Mao Mao is trying to buy some time for the side of his team. He goes back right on time. He might not be able to do so. The S2 from the Padang is still there. Jawhead uses the ejector, and finally Mao Mao will be losing his life. He did bought out some time for the side of his team, but the question still remains for how long, because Team Eternal Torment, they are going out for the end, and most probably they might be able to do so this time.
Okay, and that's how the team Eternal Torment pressuring all over the map, lots of kills in their hands, and the mid lane theories they are going to end this match. Can they end it? I don't think so, because the NFI they have little bit resources, but look at the damage, holy moly.
The Vice's damage is definitely coming up online, and Erosenin is able to get the kill. Actually, it will be a double for the TC. Somehow he is able to defend it out, but it will be a triple as well, and he might just go out for the Maniac. Otto might just lose out onto his life. Finally cut down. Crazy Papu might just go down too, and it is a complete wipeout actually for the side of Team Eternal Torment. The overextension that came up, and it is looking like a small ray of hope for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas, but they don't have their marksman. They don't actually have a marksman, so it will be requiring a lot of time when it comes to securing out the Lord. Simon is just going out onto the Lord. He might just try to buy out some time for the side of Team Eternal Torment. Battle of Retribution might be coming up. Willow is already there, but okay. Finally, Team Ninjas in Pajamas are able to get the lot for their side. But Willow, once again, engages with the Mountain Shocker, able to get the kill onto Mao. As soon as the Lord was taken down, he just loses out his life. Khalid is trying to make those heals with those plays, but he might just go down onto the process too. It will be a 2 for none for the side of Team Eternal Torment. They are trying to dive in, completely going out quite aggressive. 3 for none, and it's only the CC as well as the Arlet remaining for the defense. And looks like Team Eternal Torment will be going out for the end. Mountain Shocker being used down, and that will be the shutdown, as well as the final blow for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. One member is trying to just defend it out onto the base. He doesn't have the minions. The Lord was there for the side, and looks like Team Eternal Torment will have to buy out some time. Mao Mao was back onto the scene, but the final slash being used out once again onto Crazy Papu. Miyoko is trying to buy out some time, and there's the engage, the Raging Sandstorm being used out once again, and looks like Team Eternal Torment will be able to get the game, or maybe not. Once again, they don't have the minions for the side, and somehow Ninjas in Pajamas are completely surviving with a miracle plays by far, but there's a damage. Demon coming around, unstoppable for the YSS once again, and Miyoko will be losing his life. It will be a double. Finally, it could be a triple as well. They do have the minions, and finally, it will be a triple kill, as well as the minions finally following up. Team Ninjas in Pajamas tried to came up with the defense, but the defense was way too tough, and Eternal Torment will be able to get the game as well as the series for this best of three.
Okay, and that's how Willow secures Maniac as well as the legendaries. And we can see that Team NIP they did the similar mistake with the Lord. They couldn't wait much, and they keep on engaging in the Lord side, and that's how they fight for their prize. They have to respect the lead.
Yeah, they definitely, did need to respect out the lead, and I think Team Eternal Torment at some point they did came up with the overextensions as well, which actually bought out some time for the side of Team Ninjas in Pajamas. but the defense as well as, let's say, the lead was still for the side of Team Eternal Torment, even if they lose out completely when it comes to the members. So it was like they did try it out for their part, but it was all onto the execution. And when it came to the executions, I would say Team Eternal Torment had a better plan and they had the better engages right from the start. So they were able to assert their dominance onto this best of three series. So they will be one of the teams who will be going out onto the top four. And yeah, this is going to be the first game going out. So we will be back with the second game, and we will be back as soon as possible. Till then, stay tuned.
सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार, local shows का भरमार, TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
है तैयार। Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
Super fast Wi-Fi, unlimited entertainment. Airtel Extreme Fiber. Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
Entertainment जोरदार, Netflix के सारे stars,
Super fast Airtel Extreme Fiber आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन।
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम।
And a very warm welcome back to the Arunoday Esports Championship. This is the Arunachal Qualifiers for the top 8, also given the moniker of the Elite 8 Clash. And we have the next set of games, best of threes between two really, really exciting teams. And I'm your caster Boladu for now, and we will be joined by Nick in just a few more moments. But speaking of the teams, viewers, this is Washed Esports and versus Ansu. But the real question is, can they wash away the opposition, or is it going to be their fate? And we know the draft has already begun, and this tournament would not be possible without Arunoday Esports, the channel itself. So please like and share and subscribe to the stream, to the channel. Check out the Discord. Check out whatever events that we're going to be having. They regularly be hosting a lot of giveaways and stuff. So stay active in the chat. Support your favorite team, and there it is. And it's also powered by our sponsor Airtel. And with that, the draft, not much to be said so far. Washed Esports with the first pick. They do take out Kadita for now. And the real question is, Ansu is the one which responds with the Alice ban. And talking about the Alice so far, I mean, Alice has been doing a pretty decent job in terms of the EXP lane, a lot of dominance with how much he's able to sustain in the fights. Considering the double EXP, I mean, we're seeing double fighter comps a lot with something like the Kimi or Nox being picked in the mid lane. Okay, and and immediately Washed and Ansu both. I think they've picked up the pace of the draft now. The draft is getting very fast. And yep, there it is. The Phoveus and the Arlord being taken out. I guess since it is a Phoveus, we might be seeing a Broken Walls. Arlord is also taken out with the Alice when those are the first picks. So I guess it might be a Broken Walls or a Expanding River map that we might be playing it. And viewers, also another thing is that 18th we have the new patch update coming in. So the qualifiers for top 8 are right now going to be seeing a very big change because some teams will adapt to that next patch much better. So the Arlot and the Phoveus taken out, but Ansu instead takes out the Lancelot, which would actually be working in their favor, considering they could pick up the Lancelot for themselves. But that option has now been taken away from the Land of Dawn. And they finish the first phase of the bans. It's going to be the Xbog that gets taken out. Yeah, the Xbox that gets taken out. And now the first pick, Washed Esports has the ball. It's in their favor. Let's see what they go with. Is it the Hylos? Are we going to be seeing a possible Esmeralda? The Yuzong is also a really good option considering most of his unfavorable matchups have been taken out. We could be seeing an early glue, but with Vexana still open, I don't think anyone wants to take such a risky maneuver. But they're going to go in for the safe pick, the flexible pick. It's going to be the CC with the Yo-Yo Blitz and the Curtain Call, bringing over her Poison Grace to the match. But Ansu, with a very fast response, picks up two of the meatiest heroes. And this game is getting very active, a lot of action in the draft itself. The Gatot Kutch and the Esmeralda are going to be making their way, forming a big chunk of the front line for the red side. And on the other end, the most classic combination we've been seeing for the past 1 month. It's going to be the Kalia and the Nox, the Kalia with the Kimi. These picks are the staples of the mid lane. If you don't see the Eve, you're going to be seeing one of these. And Washed Esports, a very, very strong front line. and a lot of versatility and mobility in their draft. They have immunes, they have high dashes, they have a decent amount of pick off. And Ansu with the Yi Sun Shin pick, I mean, it is a good choice. You have the formless that's going to allow you to dash out and escape the immune, when Kalia tries to go in with the waves. So a decent option all around. And now the question is, what will the next set of bans be? Hmm. I mean, right now, both sides, Ansu could start taking out junglers. They could take out the Hayabusa. They could opt to take out for the Fred, considering that, Washed Esports could use a heavier front line because CC is more of a lane pressure team fight comp, not a hard, run in, someone you can actually like tank for your team. And so is Kalia. I mean, these guys are the brawler heroes. They're not pure tanks. Unlike the other side, Gutout can brawl and dish out and sustain in fights. But the same cannot be said about the CC. So, what do we think? What do you think is going to happen, viewers? Put it down. Hmm. And yep, we're going to be having Peachy join us in just a few more moments. Anymore, and actually, you guys do not have to listen to just me yapping the whole time. But Ansu, okay, there's the Vexana pick. Because Zujin and Eve both taken out. So technically, that Vexana is basically free to farm. They also don't have to worry about a Farsa pick. So, because the Lunox is already taken out. So that Vexana, if it works well, she could bait them out pretty quickly. But at the same time, it's kind of risky. I mean, the Kalia can catch it off. The Locks can go in with Ruby DD flicker play. CC is going to harass her with the curtain call. All in all, I think while the Vexana pick is a good option, it's also a very, very risky play. Oh, damn. There it is. The Fanny. Oh, God. The Fanny with by Fyodor is going to be. The cables are going to make their way through the land of Dawn. And the question is, Ansu has nobody to really stop the Fanny. I mean, you do have Gutot's taunt, but how hard is it to catch a good Fanny? I mean, you can't predict those kind of catches, even with the AOG. And if he goes in too deep and taunts him out, the Kalia is right there to take him back into the arms of Lunox. So, I mean, it's risky over there. But there's a good pick coming in by Oopsie from Ansu. The red side did pick up the Brody. And Brody's dash is a great way to interrupt the cables. I mean, if he does it right, you're basically, immune from any kind of tower dives. So the question now is, who do you think would be a better draft? Is it Washed Esports with the more conventional all-rounded draft? They have the late game in the hands of that, the Lunox. She's going to obviously go for the Sky considering the amount of front line from both sides. They have the Yuzong for zones. You have the Fanny for early game pressure. You have the CC. All in all, a very well-rounded draft. But on the other side, you have that sheer pressure that's coming in from Gatot and Esmeralda, while you have the Brody. So, I think Ansu is a little more fragile in the early game. They have to be a lot more careful, especially because that Gatot has to work overtime. Because how is he going to protect 3 squishies in the early game from that Fanny and the Kalia? And with that, I think both teams have started off their early farming phase. I think it's oh wait, on the bot side, a very heavy rotation. Instantly, the Nox gets picked off. She went in to go take a sneaky pick onto the Yuzong, but the game turned around completely, and the first blood taken away by the members of Ansu. Washed Esports in a bit of a predicament. Your main carry, your late carry, has been taken out already. And surprisingly, it's the CC who's going to be going into the EXP lane. We usually see her in the gold, but considering you're laning against a Brody, I think that's the prudent choice. Oh no, big set once again. The gold lane is the hot spot, but on the top side, there's the steel cables. He has the cutthroat. He does not need it, as the Kalia will be taking down that Esmeralda. They do trade out a lane, but that gold shield completely disappears in the blink of an eye. But will Washed Esports go for the turtle? It is not a good option for them, considering the Fanny is not as good in farming. Oh, Gato. He has not been spotted out yet. He could just give them the perfect taunt. There it is, the Star Moon dance. But no one is there to contest the retribution as Fanny will take it away and walk away. And right now, Lunox, trying her best, will get the job done as Berozgar is going to be falling for now. The Gatot overstaying his welcome and taken down. And looking at the situation right now, there it is. The general in the jungle, the Yi Sun Shin, is gonna spot out his opponents with his ultimate, and he's gonna be so hard to catch. Oh, Fyodor. Oh, the cable does not connect. Showed himself a little too early. He has to back off now because he has Oopsie over there. Oh, AOG used aggressively. They expected the ambush was still waiting, and he is forced to back off. A big resource used up a little too early for little to no effect. I mean, looking at how the game's playing out right now, I think they finally go for a lane swap, but Oopsie over there poked down very low. There's the brilliance with the kill. They're going in for some more action. There's the cables. Who's gonna get the cutthroat? There's the mountain shocker making things happen as he picks up a double kill for himself. Nox still in the fight, but has to back off. The damage output from the side of Washed Esports was too hot, but sadly, it was not concentrated on the right targets. Ishan Shin escapes with a sliver of HP and 2 kills for all the effort he put in. Washed Esports in a very, very comfortable situation in this fight right now. And I mean, Ansu is in a very comfortable situation. Washed Esports, on the other hand, despite having that dominant early game, are throwing away their lead. I mean, Kalia does have a few kills, but is it gonna be enough? There it is, Brody using up that damage as he gets another killing spree. The Yi Sun Shin scaling too much, too early, and too soon. The Petrify used up by Yuzong as Quant has to go back a little early. Huangji rotated all the way from the top side with the turtle control firmly in the side of Ansu. Will no, there's not going to be any sort of contest. Ansu's running away with the game right now. They have the map control. All they need to do is siege that mid or maybe one more turret. But what's going to happen on the bot side? Brilliance going to be used up. CC going in with the curtain call. Lots of damage being put on. Kalia jumping in. The revitalize. Not enough to keep the Brody alive. But the fight still goes on. The show must never come stop to. And there it is. That comeback is real. Super Prime is going to come in with that double kill. The fight is still not stopping as Ishan Shin with the shutdown gets the mega kill. Mountain Shocker uses up, stuns the Fanny perfectly. Fyodor backs away. Energy and health, all the resource pools brought down to a minimum as they convert the bot side.
Okay, so far so good. Looking at the items as well now, the Katut Katsa is definitely trying to give up a good setup, but at the same time, a bit of a problem. Let's see, middle lane most likely to go down.
Oh, and yep, we have Peachy with us. You may saying, okay, wait, she disappeared for now, but she's going to be back in a few moments
back
again. She's back again. Yep. Yeah, and and like Peachy, just to give you a recap of what happened so far, I think Washed Esports, most of their gold is for only with that. Oh wait, there's another kill on Kwanji. I mean, it's not looking good. But Washed Esports, they still have map control somehow, but it's not looking good because they have the early game draft, and they've only got like few kills on their side. And Ansu, despite the late game comp, they already have 8 kills to their name, and the Yi Sunshin is unstoppable. He goes in once
Oh,
again. As I said, he does pick up the unstoppable and converts another turret on the top side.
Kirmara, my goodness, he is just not stopping. Look at that. I mean, come on, 5 kills already on his hands. Now he's gonna scale up more. Though the Fanny can actually go in for that, but again, a bit of a CC might be stopping her too. And also, she needs a good setup. Look at that, Yuzhong trying to go in.
Big catch coming in, but the purifier is going to be used up. But unfortunately, it's going to be the Brody who gets caught out. Make it two. Kwanji with the double going in. The Black Dragon a little too hot to handle. Ansu overestimating their damage output. They lost the Brody and Zen a little too early. And I think that's the main issue with Ansu's comp. They have the front line, but they have no crowd control to stop their opponents from, really being in that fight.
Definitely. So let's see what can they do. Both the teams really looking, on the same plane as of now. Talking about the damage, but execution-wise, Ansu has really, really not stopping down. They do let go of Lens and Yari a bit, which is quite unfortunate to see. But again, Gatotkacha at the bottom lane really feels so reassuring. So Kalea might or might not. There goes Fanny, a bit of lane clearance that is much more needed. They need to get a lane management, but look at that.
Huge set coming in. There's the Eternal Guard, two-man taunt and monster kill for Kirmada. He is the demon for the Chota Beams of Washed Esports right now. And the villain is absolutely dominating right now. Zenny trying to chase down the Lunox. Will he get the kill he needs? There's the Tempest Eye. He successfully jukes him out. But there's the
No
Star Moon
way.
Fall picking up the kill. 3 members down for Washed. And they have no choice but to give up that mid lane.
Wow, they do have to let go of it, but at the same time, Fanny with the lane cut that is looking quite good now to stop the Fanny members of Team Ansu are really moving upwards. They do have the goal, they do have the resource to get that, but again, need to make sure that they are not leaving those lanes. Once Fanny does get an important part of those turrets is going to be a problem. Oh, Fanny spots with the Brody.
Yo, why is the Brody diving the Fanny? I mean, that is not something you should be seeing or want to see. I mean, he missed his taunt. He did land the stunt, but the Fanny already got away and he could not land the Abyssal Mark. So, when you're in that situation, the marksman has to back out. Instead, he walked away from his CC, from his opponents, his teammates, to go and get absolutely shredded by the Fanny. Completely wrong call coming
Agreed.
in.
Another it was kind of a wrong timing to die as of now, given the fact that the Lord is up. We're talking about both the teams having quite a leverage, but again, if Team Anchu really wants this level 1 Lord, they have to make sure to get Fanny out of the way. But wait a minute.
Huge fight going in once again. Kirmada holding on to the Mountain Shocker with a beautiful stun. Gets the legendary. The huge taunt coming in by the Yuzongs. The Rashar residue forcing the YSS back. Both these members, absolute beasts in human form, will back off for now. Kwanji on the Dragon and Kirmada on the YSS. But Zen looking for something over there. A lot of shield. Can't be taken out at all. But there is Berozgar trying to zone out that Lord away. And Fanny has to back off once again. Fyodor not getting any opportunity to split also.
Watch esports really have the control over the map, over the team fight, but at the same time the damage is really underwhelming. They are letting Anshu to take it away, trying to get them. I really love how Gatotkacha is trying to give up the positions, trying to open up the map more. Even the Esmeralda making sure to jump towards the back lane, especially towards the Lunox, making sure that the Lunox doesn't comes in, though she is the major team fight issue. Like the whole point of that kind of a team comp is to composition is to Lunox to have give damage freely, but let's see how they will be handling that. So far, so good for the Lunox as well. I don't see her score being a little bit not being such problematic. Both the teams really looking forward for the gold as well. Look at them clearing up the lanes, trying to keep up with the pressure, while Team Anshu are a bit ahead in the goal. That means they'll have to take down the Fanny if they want to go in for Lord, or they have to make sure that the Fanny doesn't reach up to ISS or even the Brory. Look at that Katokacha. Oh, taunts come in.
Okay, Gatot going in there, opening the map for them, pushing them away from the blue. Fyodor, will he get the blue? No, he does not get stoned out by Berosgar. The fight is going all in, and this is a good fight for Washed Esports. But Ansu is there to turn it around. Lunox is stuck in the midst of it all. She's the only one surviving in that team fight of three, and she will not last for long. Fyodor going in, where the steel cables will not succeed in getting that kill, as Berosgar will survive with a sliver of HP. The steel body of that Gutout, man, the amount of damage he's able to take as his HP keeps shrinking is just a really, really annoying and versatile passive. He can just focus on making magic defense for that Nox and just rely on his passive to tank. And with that, they just convert that Lord. How will they even defend it? They have zero lane clear.
That's true. That's true. This is what I'm talking about. But it all kind of tones down to the Lunox, how she is well protected or not. So Fanny also needs to make sure that they don't get their lanes up. This might be a very good chance to try to get the lane clearance up, but at the same time, all the members of Anshu are lurking. They're not gonna allow the side of Team Washed Esports to come in. Lord jumps in, but Berosgar, is he gonna go in with the AOG?
He does interrupt Squanzy's ultimate as the legendary picked up by Kirmada. The Lord marches down. Massive crash. They will definitely get the mid tier. Oh no, the damage. Huge set coming in once again, but it's not enough. You can't sustain. You can't deny the members of Ansu Esports as they take game point in this series.
Oh my goodness, the what a team fight that we have looked, and letting the Lord go in, that is absolutely crazy. So far, so good for both the sides. I love how, the YS has picked up an MVP 1103. The guy has just farmed up, did not leave anything in the map, did not even allow Fanny to go in, trying to make sure, though Fanny did make sure to get Brody as much as possible. I do feel like in a way they needed a bit of support for the Fanny as well. Not a great jungler choice for this kind of a composition.
I mean, it did make sense their draft, but I feel like they kind of played it like a team fight comp rather than the pick off comp. It is they try to force fights near the turtles when you're actually supposed to be taking the fights in that river region, and that's literally playing into the advantage of the side of Ansu. And on the other side, they also messed up a lot. I mean, Konzi had 2 kills, but he was taken down. Super Prime was also taken down very early. Within the first 1 minute, we had 2 kills at the gold lane, 2 deaths at the goal lane actually from the side of Washed Esports. And like their
Yes.
moniker, they have been washed away by the tempo of Ansu. So the real question is, Peachy, what does what does Washed Esports need to turn this around? Because if not, that's just for 3 points for their opponents.
Agreed. Now again, they need a bit of a changes on their team composition. I do loved how they picked up, the Kalea. They picked up quite a few good amount of CC as well as damage. But Lunox though, I feel like I needed to see a bit more of the Lunox, making sure to get at least the front laners. The Katot Kacha would have been such a great moment if they let the Katot Kacha die very early on, so as to catch other people. But at the same time, the synergy between the Gatorkacha as well as the Vexana went in hand in hand. Vexana did make sure to give such a good amount of CCs. Her, the decay factor really came to a clutch right there. So other than that, I feel like the YSS should be banned off. You're talking about even the Esmeralda should actually go into the ban section for them.
For real, I mean, it was a really weird choice coming in. I mean, my
Yes.
biggest worry for the side of Ansu was that we saw, right? Like they had no actual CC to stop the Fanny when they played it right, because they were playing it like a
Yes.
pickoff comp. But instead, they kept trying to force a 5v5. And why would you do that against a Vexana, against a Yi Sunshin? Those guys thrive in that atmosphere. It's so hard to catch them off. It's so hard to taunt them. Both of them are running an inbuilt immune. So, yeah, overall, I think it was just a really good draft coming in by both teams. In fact, Washed
Yeah.
Esports had a better draft, but they just threw the game away with their execution.
Agreed. So let's see what happens. It's not the last game. They still have another chance to prove themselves. Though they were a bit of a setbacks, the first game always turns out to be a bit, testing the waters to maybe or maybe not come up with another plan. Other than that, I do want to see, matching the energy for the tanks though. Katotkatsa jumping in, Kalia also trying to jump in, but in a way she was actually getting caught off guard. So that was also a little bit of a shame to see. So let's see what would be back again to the draft this time. What are you expecting on the band list? Is it going to be a YSS?
Okay, and surprisingly, it's actually surprisingly Washed Esports again taking first pick. Yeah, it's them taking first pick again. So this time, immediately they're going to be taking out the Yi Sunshin. We're not going to be seeing the YSS. Kirmada is not going to get to Aura Farm on that Yi Sunshin once again. Sadly, I think for his fans and viewers, but I think it's a good thing for Washed Esports. I think I don't want to be looking at Kirmada dying, not even once throughout this entire game. Not a good time. So yep. On the other side, Ansu with the same ban. The Alice was their first ban. It's gonna be the same one once again.
Alice looking good. Again, she's too tanky. She can actually disrupt the positions of those members, especially the mages and the marksmen, rendering them low so as to the so as to the jungler to jump in and take away those kills. Would be such a good set makers. But at the same time, I do want to see the Yuzhong go as well. If the Yuzhong, the Lapu Lapu, the Uranus, these three, I do want to see a bit of a balance looking. But let's see if they, yep, we do get a Yuzhong right there. Understandable. Last game truly annoying. You have seen how he was jumping towards the back lanes, as how an EXP laner should play. But having a bit of a, something like a Kalia to go towards the front lane and not having someone to see the back lanes as well, that was truly annoying. So understandable why they banned it off. But at the same time, what about the Lapu Lapu? I have not seen it being open, or so the same for the Grok as well. What about the Grok?
I mean, with Grok, it is like you have to go with a Kimi or a conventional mage like Eve. And the issue with picking Eve or Eve that early in your comp is the fact that it is counted out, because Eve is getting counted out by a Esma, like you said, the Lapu. It's easy
Yeah.
to dive, and at the same time, your Grok, instead of going for sets, he's focusing on defense. So
Yes.
it depends if you can get a jungler like either something like a Lancelot, or you need something which can sustain in the front, attract attention like the Fred with CC. Otherwise, it's just tough. And Ansu, it's the same three bands. I mean, the order of it is also the same. It's the Alice, the Lance, and the Borg. They don't want to change the script. They want to stick to what works. And like you said, Peachy, the Lapo is going to be taken out this time, and it's gonna be a steal. The Gutout is gonna be stolen away from Berozgar. It's gonna go on to Ben instead. He's gonna be picking up the Gutout, and I think the response from Ansu is probably gonna be the Esmeralda once again, with
Highly
maybe
possible.
the CC. That's what I'm thinking. It's that or the Lunox Kimi, one of those three.
In my opinion, the CC would really play out good. Like, come on, you
Yo,
you will not let Gatot Kacha to jump as well, but with the addition of Grog, this is what I was talking about. This is what I wanted to see. So let's see how this time around Gatot Kacha will be getting an exit path.
I mean the Grok still makes sense, but that early Irithel pick, that's a very very early pick coming in
Confidence.
by him. I mean, what is the game plan? Because we do not know what phase of the map it is, and instantly watch esports. No hesitation. Picks up the Hayabusa and they pick up the Bene. And how in it's a so much pressure onto that Irithel, man. Like you have to dodge
Definitely.
the shadow, you have to dodge the AOG, you have to dodge Benny's final blow. Like what? Yeah, final blow? No. Yeah, final blow. So yeah. So yeah, that's like so many skills. Like Ansu did wrap it up with the Kadita, but what do you think they need in the jungle? They need a front line at this point.
I really love how Anshu really tried to lay the trap with the Erithel, and Watched Esports did not fall into the trap. They wanted to see a marksman coming in, but that was not the case. They directly went in for an EXP, leaving out the mage, leaving out the marksman. Now that they know how Anshu has picked up a mage, they can actually appropriately go in for another fighter as their goal laner. Possibly a Minsitar, but I don't think would be such a great option. Other than the Minsitar, maybe a Ruby could play it out very well, but towards the mid to the late game, they might have a problem if this Hayabusa as well as the Benedetta couldn't pick up the power spike. But let's see, back again to the planning phase. Looks like Zushin is out of the way. Our team Ansu looking forward for picking up more fighters since they have not gone in for one.
Okay, and what is gonna happen? I mean, the R-Lord banned out makes sense. No one wants to deal with an R-Lord, especially if you're on the Benny. It also is gonna ruin the shadows of the Hayabusa. Gato is not gonna get his AOG maximized. I mean, R-Lord, no, either side does not want to see an R-Lord. Actually, Kadita would love to play against an R-Lord, but
Yes.
it won't work. R-Lord doesn't sync well with Kadita because as a mage player, like I'm not a mage player, I'm an EXP player, but I know for a fact if I use the final slash and move someone away from the place the Kadita is planning to go for a set, I would be
Okay.
reported and kicked out of the squad instantly. So I mean it's a lot of pressure when you're playing mages like this, which is like very technical. Because even a small mistake on heroes like Selena and Karita, you get roasted by your members, your own squad mates, the opponents, the viewers,
Yeah.
and your grandma at the same time. So with that being
Unfortunately.
said, what is the final ban? I mean, Ansu is just banning out marksmen. Why do they think the opponents are going to see the marksman?
Mm, Not sure though, not sure. I am really, putting my bets on team Watch Esports going for two fighter composition. Like they're gonna put in a little bit more of tanky fighters. So let's see if they do go ahead or not. But at the same time, Esmeralda, they were just waiting, they were just like, let's see if the ocean comes or not. And it did come for the side of Team Anshu. Look at them picking up the Esmeralda, but at the same time, Fredrin banned. That is quite surprising. No jungler yet. I was hoping Team Anshu could go in for a jungler. Possibly, now that I'm thinking, I need a tanky jungler. What are our options?
I would say Akai would be amazing. Like
Oh,
because like it won't sync with the Kadita, but you're giving
yeah.
space to Irithel. The biggest issue with that Irithel is space. But he can't necessarily go with the Akai right now because by picking up that
Agree.
Valentina, you don't want to give another heavy spin because heavy spin, just as bad as it counters washed, it's also going to counter Ansu out. And it's actually going to be better for Wash because they will use that space even better. They have better chase, they have better tracking, they have more burst damage output, sustained burst because the Benny can stay in the fight, the
Suyu.
Hayabusa can walk in, walk out. I mean, the only option also has is something like the Suyu. They could maybe, just maybe, try out an Amon. Lucas is also risky because
Risky.
you're gonna give another art. I mean, Roger Joy,
Oh, okay.
very. I mean, it does make sense because they have even Wash does not have any crowd control, but
Yes.
you're trying to dive a Benedetta.
High mobility, like every single member do have a dash skill. Members can displace themselves, they can go out of the way, out of the Joy's ult as well. That might be a bit a tad problematic, but other than that, I do feel like they might have a potential if Joy hits right on spot. Like, come on, they have used up their dash skills, they have used up their damage, and then kind of jumps in. If the teams allows the Joy to go, then possibly they might be getting a wipeout. Possibly they might be get the game as well. So let's see if that happens or not.
Real, and then, I mean, who do you think is gonna get that first turtle, Peachy, and why?
So I am betting on Hayabusa. Hayabusa really looks promising. Look at that. Already they're trying to go in for the orange. Wait a minute. They have a grok as well. In the enemy, they have grok. So the exit part might be closed off, or maybe it's just not allowing the Hayabusa. But still, I would go with the Hayabusa.
Yup. I mean, the game has begun. This is, the final game point for Ansu. They wanted to take this match away, but there it is. Benedetta with the final blow. Without even the final blow, uses up the eye for an eye, perfectly taunting out Zen, and he will fall. And he is gonna give away the first blood to Ansu once again. Wait, not Ansu. To Watch Esports. My bad. That scoreboard was a little confusing. I saw the one on Ansu and I mixed it up.
Let's see. First blood already gone while Ben already winning out the early game. Surprising to see a Harith winning out the early game, though, given the fact that Harith does needs a bit of a lot of damage, towards the mid to the late game, I do feel like could be happening, but Ben is quite aware. Look at that possible gang coming up. There's going to be a 1v1 between the Hayabusa and the Joy.
Okay, the turtle up in the next 10 seconds. Bene is making her rotation up top. There's the joyful beats. There's a beautiful taunt coming in. Irithil with the barrage, reducing the physical damage. But there's no one dealing any meaningful physical damage. So that passive, the skill 1, is only going to be used for a little slow. But there's the taunt coming in. Steel body, CC immune. Beros got forced to flicker out. There's a beautiful knockup. There's the OG shadow kill. Gets Fyodor the kill onto the roamer. Beros got punished for stepping out of line. As right now, Super Prime dropping down a few more taunts and turtle control in favor of Washed Esports.
Let's see. Look at them. Hayabusa with the turtle already. Okay, they come on force, but Harith is he leaving alive? Yup, he does not. He did not. At the same time, the Katotkatsa does makes to pick up a little bit of a crumbs. Now Valentina. Oh my goodness, Valentina did make sure to get it, but this, the EXP laner Zen is on fire.
Yup, I mean, there was a lot of trades coming out in this fight. He uses up the Electro Final Low, Petrify used up. It's going to be a free retribution for Kirmada. The ultimate actually helping out their opposing jungler to take to take that buff just a little faster. And the next question is, Kirmada has a good start. So does Fyodor. He has fallen down once, but Dostoevsky still has the turtle buff. I mean, he has a turtle benefit. So will we be seeing a gank up top? Kadita definitely positioned like that. Berosgard takes vision from Fyodor. He's luring him slowly but surely, but Fyodor will not fall for it. He knows something is up. He knows Berosgar can walk a lot more faster than that. 3 members there. Oh no, Kadita! You messed up the combo. The ultimate comes in too late. The passive already used up. Thalassophobia will not save you. But the targeting of Hayabusa's ultimate definitely will. But Rod is going to make sure that is not the case. Gets a beautiful AOG to round it off. Joyful Beat's going to be used up. Instantly cancelled out as he knows Ben with the Valentina. Too hot to handle, but Rod being chased down right now. There's a Benedetta coming in. Eye for an eye going to be used up. CC immune does not connect. Flicker being used up by the Valentina. Rod there to use up the taunt to protect him. And Joy will not have any, leftovers. Nothing to scavenge. The scoreboard just slightly in favor of Washed Esports. They do have the gold lead, but the next turtle is up.
Early game, there's quite a lot of fight, despite the Esmeralda not being able to fight. Oh, look at that, the Petrify will not be allowing Zen to get out of that situation. these teams are much like they just want to take fights. They want to make sure to take that snowball onto their hand. It's just a push and pull for both. Will the Grok allow this Hayabusa to go towards the turtle? Still waiting it out. I really like how both the tanks are just trying to get a good setup. They're just waiting. They're patiently waiting. So let's see who picks up this turtle. That's going to be a good big fight, Baldo.
I mean, both sides are still fighting for that turtle control.
Okay, let's see. Oh,
There's the
that's
LG used up. It's going to be used up only on the Grok. There's the Joyful Beats on the top lane. It's still using up the sprint. Lots of heavy resource being used up. Kwanzi being chased down. Uses up the Electro Final Blow. Disengages. And the turtle reset once more. But Zenny on there gets Dostoevsky very low. He has to use the Shadow Kill defensively. But a beautiful charge by the Valentina as Ben will get the kill on a lesson. And this is a turnaround once again. Completely in the favor of Washed Esports. They buy the time back. But Zen is going to make sure the turtle is not taken away by their opponents, gets the double kill, zones away the Harith, and lets Kirmada get the objective. He's driving him under the turret. No shame whatsoever. Too tanky, too hard to handle.
Definitely. Look at Zen though. He does have the energy as well to actually go in and out. I really love how Zen is marking the members one by one, making sure they're out of the river area, making sure to not as to put some pressure. But this time around, look at them. They just want to go in. Ben though, very close call.
I mean, that was a scary situation over there. A little too deep, but they managed to make it happen. And I mean, the scoreboard is still somehow pretty even, and the fact is that both sides don't really have a late game. It's just one Harith and one Irithil against the world, and both of them just insta burst. So I think it's only gonna be big set tech charge coming in. AOG used up, and they secure the kill onto Berozga, but Zen goes with once again. Thalassophobia is gonna survive that Kadita. She's gonna survive for longer as Lezen is gonna go in with the massive amount of damage. The Irithel is going to take down Dostoevsky. The shadow has expired along with his life as he's sent back to the base against his will.
My goodness, both the teams though quite aggressive. I really love both are on just like one score away to taking down each other throat for throat though this time around. Talking about the turrets, the neutral objectives, I do feel like this is the time we have seen right from the game number one that this is the time that they'll start seeing up the turrets, the lords. But wait a minute, yeah, look at the
Quasi Electro Final Blow used up, but it was not timed well. Oh, there's the rough waves. Gets the kill with the Petrify as Lezen zones away Dostoevsky from the bot crab. And with that, the scoreboard tilting slowly but surely in the hands of Ansu. They have the 2 kills, but the gold lead still negligible. Rod with the taunt, but Zen is always gonna have an advantage over the Harith. The more you stack shields, the more heals it is for the Esmeralda. Kirmada also steals away the Crimson buff away from his fellow jungler, and I think Ansu is just slowly just the collapsing turrets one after another.
That's true. That's true. Look at them. Members are not, being patient enough as well. They are waiting for the Lord to come. Plus, can we look at the itemization? I do want to see how much this Irithel has gone for. Pretty much has the standard item, the Haskell, the Wing Talker, but has taken a bit of a different route, which is quite interesting to see. But other than that, do have enough,
I think she's going for the
anti-regen onto the
Malefic
other
gun.
side.
Yeah, I think she's going for the Malefic
Oh,
gun.
okay, understandable. But talking about the Hayabusa though, I do want to see Hayabusa finish up his boots.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go for. You need the tough boots because of the amount of crowd control and magic damage and slows these opponents have. I mean, Dostoevsky, or you need to go for cooldown so you can like shadow away regularly. But across the map. Kwanzi is trying to find an option. He's gonna go for Oopsie. The Petrify used up, and that's the worst target to use the Petri on. The Kadita is immune, my man. And with that, the taunt is all for naught.
It's fine, it's fine. Panic does happen, but it might cause them a bit though. So let's see what will both the teams will look around for. As of now, there is a bit of a push and pull for a bit of a CC, damage as well for both the sides. But Valentina though, I feel like that's such a good answer for them to get the Grok's ultimate. They are trying to do the same, but oh, okay. I do see that Team Anshu really wants to go in, but they do have to Grok go first. But is this a good timing to go as of now?
I mean, what can he even do against that front line? Dostoevsky looking for a set, does not get the retribution. Kirmada is going to be the one to clean it up. And Oopsie takes another snack home for the ride, gets the kill on the Valentina. Will they make it two? Yes, they do. That is the steam engine of Ansu getting completely revved up. But Dostoevsky with the shadow kill. Damage, not enough. Electro blow gets the kill on Oopsie. Can he make it two? Yes, he does. Washed Esports are completely relying on this one Benedetta to keep their game alive. But Zen, on the other hand, is also doing his part. Both these laners, I mean, they're so effective.
My goodness, that was 2 for 2 though. But at the same time, wait a minute, Harriet goes in for the Zaman Force. They try to take down Joy as much as possible, but I think Zaman Force should have been a bit ahead. Lords marching down, the members are trying to make sure to get it off, but the Holy Passive will just be enough to actually get onto the defense at 100%. Now, there might be a bit of a push and pull for those mid lane turrets as well. I do feel like the mid lane could be there. Oh, wait, Terrified and Taunt coming in.
Oh, big set. Zen with the taunt, with the Star Moon dance. Are they going to chase down Super Prime? Yes, they do. He managed to dash out in the last second. Zen being chased up. Pleasant gets the kill. He makes it too. Kwanzi will not survive the damage from the Irithil. Too much to handle. And Peachy, do you think a comeback is possible?
Anything could be possible though, but looking at the score, we're looking at the gold. Anshu, look at them! Grok, my god! That was such a good setup. While members, especially the Irithel, just picking up members one by one. Irithel did pick up 266 already, which is crazy enough. Going in for the crystal, will they be able to get it? There's Joy picking one by one Super Prime off, and that's Anshu winning up the game.
Anshu with the clean sweep on their opponents. Washed Esports washed away by their opponents. Anshu with a very convincing victory. And yep, I mean, there it is. Zen is the one who's gonna get the MVP this time. Kidmada not having that much of an impact simply because he was just going in at the very end. But Oopsie and Zen were like bursting down these guys before the game even began. So with that being said, I mean, not a fun situation to be in. Washed Esports. Washed Esports stopped in their tracks. I don't think they even stopped in their tracks. They never got to start running. But yeah, I mean, Ansu, good win for them. The Elite 8 clash. Ansu will emerge the victor in this result in the best of 3. And that's all they need, because this is they just increase the chances for that Arunachal qualifier slot. Everybody wants that spot, and Ansu is just inching closer to that.
Yes. I mean, come on. They did it in a clean sweep. They took down. They really targeted their marksmen. They really targeted the junglers, especially the Hayabusa. Did not let the Hayabusa farm. Though the enemies, against Hayabusa did have quite a few squishy heroes. Like Hayabusa could take it down, but not allowing the Hayabusa. That is really really good to see. But other than that, goodness, the Grok really played a good part though. Other than Zen obviously was on fire every single lane. In a minute he was at the bot, the other minute he was the mid, the other minute he was at the top. He was restless the whole match.
Definitely. And with that being said, that concludes all the matches that we have for today. We thank all our viewers for staying and supporting us through all these games. A big thank you to our sponsor Airtel for making this happen. This tournament, the Arunoday Esports Championship, these Arunachal Qualifiers, all being hosted on this very channel itself, Arunoday Esports. So do check it out. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot more streams in the coming days. And with that being said, we will bid you farewell for today, but not for long. And these are your casters, Peachy, the amazing Peachy, and I'm your man Baldudu. And this is good night for today.
सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार। एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, आर यू तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है।
सुपरफास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपरफास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा